It is nearly 10 o'clock and I'm on my way to the Sport 1 shop to have them replace my brake pads. I decided to walk the 25 minutes to the store instead of cycling it, since last time when I was in Trondheim I did cycle around, and it was just after Trondheim that my butt started really hurting, so I'm giving it every chance I can to recover. That was a success. I now have new brake discs, and he also concurred that they definitely needed exchanging, and yeah, I think they'll hold for the next 1200 or so kilometers until I get to Norge. I mean, I think probably longer than that, since there aren't very many big hills, but yeah, it's just one fewer thing, one less thing that I need to worry about. Next stop, Rema 1000 to stock up on some peanut butter. I find this interesting. In Norway, the Sunday stores have it's the same building, but they have a different section of the store that's just for shopping on Sunday. They had that at Bunnpris as well in Dombås, and it was just a much smaller selection. So I don't know, it's definitely wonder what the regulation is here that causes stores to need to double up. In addition to my regular purchase of peanut butter, tortilla, bananas, and hobby, I also got a head of broccoli. I figured I would just eat this this evening to load up on, I don't know, broccoli has a bunch of nutrition, right? So I'll eat this raw, and also some Norwegian strawberries to snack on throughout the day, because Norway has the best strawberries in the world, I shall have you know. And Fiona concurs. I think they just get a bit more time to ripen or grow in the cold environment. So next time you're in Norway, get strawberries. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit late this year, but I guess being further north delays the harvest time. So I did actually find a use for the tiny tines on my spork. I cut up my strawberries, and it's actually easier to scoop them out of my my titanium thing using the spork tines than it is to scoop them out. So yeah, maybe I'll have to reconsider that spork has its uses over just a spoon. At least, now I have two uses. Hurtigruten is approaching Bodø, and they just, I don't know, spent some 30 seconds quite literally honking or tooting their horn. And for those that don't know, Hurtigruten is the most famous boat in, I mean, I'm sure there's more of them, but they go up, most famous boat in Norway, and they go up and down the coast, and it's sort of this nice experience where you can go and see all of Norway, and yeah, I think they have good food and stuff like that. So if you want to have an easy way of seeing Norway, then that's definitely a recommendation. Kiki told me that apparently one of the best bakeries in Norway is here in Bodø, or at least that I absolutely need to try it. And I'm not necessarily that hungry after eating a whole box of strawberries, but it's very hard to turn down good baked goods, and it would certainly be a shame to leave Bodø without having tried it. So I am going here to Dagbusmel, and it is fairly, well, there's a lot of people here already. I mean, it is lunchtime, so I think I'll have to try a bit of a diverse selection. Ooh, they have proper Italian flowers already, and what otherwise seems like a good selection of things for pantries, so looks promising so far. And ooh, look at all of that. I definitely have to try. I got my stuff and it's looking great. Decided to go for the vegetarian option of focaccia, a cinnamon bun that's looking great, and of course I had to check that the regular bun also passes. It's sort of like you gotta get the margarita pizza to see if a pizzeria really knows how to make pizza, and so I figured I'd do the same with a raisin bun. I was also going to say, I think the Norwegian coffee culture is, yeah, I think it's better than the Swiss one for a couple of different reasons. So, one, I think the coffee is just generally less burned. It's a bit weaker, but I think it's a little bit easier to drink. I think it has a little bit less caffeine, so you can just sort of keep sipping rather than just having too much, I suppose, caffeine. And it often restaurants give free refills, which is very nice. So you can sort of sit, have a lot of coffee, enjoy the day rather than having this little coffee that's I don't really like Swiss coffees that much. And yeah, I'd say it's also definitely better than American coffee. Like it's filter coffee with refills, but it's not sort of this like American diner coffee. So I don't know. Norwegian coffee is for me the better alternative over the Swiss one. Why am I kneeling down next to my bicycle? Well, I decided since I have 2 days off, I would record a video about my bike and my bike setup because a couple of people have been asking about that. So I spent about 2 hours doing that today and recorded a 50-minute video, and which I think is unfortunately a little bit long after some feedback from Fiona and myself not even really wanting to watch it. So I will not be publishing that video, sadly, even though I am, feel quite invested in the effort I spent making it. But yeah, I think instead I'll next time I have a chance, I'll maybe try to spend a little bit more time up front planning, coming up with a little bit of a structure for the video, so it's not just 50 minutes of me rambling. And for all of you that are, have expressed some interest in hearing about my the bike, the sort of overall, the setup compared to maybe like more traditional bike touring setups, my bags, all of the ultralight equipment, you'll just have to stay tuned to the next time when I actually have some time. I have to say, Bodø, when the weather is nice, is quite lovely. Definitely feels like the place you could spend a little bit of time. Anyway, it is the end of my second rest day here, and yeah, tomorrow I'm continuing on my journey, and this time in Lofoten. So, to give you a quick rundown of what's coming next. So, I'll be taking a ferry at 7 a.m. tomorrow over to Lofoten. Lofoten is this sort of group of islands that's quite famous in Norway and sticks down on the side. And so this is sort of basically you need to take a ferry to get over there unless you want to go sort of really up and then down again. And then I have about 530 or so kilometer cycle ride all along these islands. It's quite sort of zigzaggy, includes a couple of other smaller ferries until I get to Tromsø. So that should be around 5 days. It's been a little bit hard to find sort of good like campsites in the right location, so it'll be sort of some 120 kilometer days initially, and then the last day right before Tromsø will be more like maybe a 70 kilometer day or something like that. But oh, and yeah, I should mention that it's fairly flat along the coast of these islands, so that'll be nice. So even if it's a little bit longer, I think it'll be actually like a fairly pleasant ride. Also, the weather for at least I think the next 4 days is supposed to be quite good. So I think I'll have quite a nice ride to Tromsø. So really looking forward to that. I did somehow manage to bump my ankle against my bike since I decided not to ride my bike but to walk instead, and it's been hurting a little bit, but I'm sure that'll be okay. I'm looking forward to getting back onto it. Not quite looking forward to the early morning to get onto that 7 a.m. ferry, but I've dealt with worse